Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation Podcast Festival Edition. Today we are with Marilyn Saunders. She is from the Huckleberry Festival. Marilyn, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Marilyn, give us a little background on you. Tell us where you grew up. Talk a little bit about your career in the private sector and then your association with the festival.
Wow, that's a lot to cover. Born in Fort Worth, Texas, raised in northern Indiana. Had kind of a split dynamic in my family. My dad was Amish and my mom was Southern Baptist, so that was interesting. Got married, moved out to Idaho, and after 14 years got a divorce, and then I met the love of my life. And we had a career in Spokane, Washington. He was in law enforcement, and I did some advertising for a while and then community-oriented policing.
Oh, wow.
I was that ultimate community organizer person, problem solving. And then we retired to our lake place in Trout Creek, Montana. And that's where we got involved with the Huckleberry Festival. And
Very good.
We did the food booth, my husband and I, as a team when our grandkids were smaller. And we did that for about 5 or 6 years. And then decided we would step back a little bit, let the younger generation take over. So I just do some background work with the Huckleberry Festival now and do the advertising.
Okay, very good, very good. So to the listener that's never been and is looking to try something new this year, when they get out of their car at the Huckleberry Festival, what are they going to see? What are they going to smell, meaning food? And what are they going to hear, meaning environment, music, etc.?
Terrific. Well, first of all, they're going to park for free and they're going to get in. Yeah. And you're going to see 100 vendors. All those artisans are going to be there so that you can ask questions of how they made it. You're not going to find things made in China. You're going to find them made locally or within our region anyway, and all different crafts. As a matter of fact, I brought some samples to show you a little bit about what they could buy. You're going to smell some great food, the typical corn dogs, Huckleberry ice cream, all things Huckleberry, of course. It's going to be yummy. Huckleberry shakes and cheesecake. There's, let's see, in the past we've had, well, the usual cheeseburgers and fajitas, and it's just going to be.
Now, I've never had a Huckleberry in general. Is it sour? Is it sweet? Does it fall in between?
It depends on when you pick them. I would say they're on the semi-sweet flavor. You get them a little bit when they're purple, light purple, then they're going to be tart. But they're just have so much flavor in the teeny tiny berry that they are. It just pops in your mouth. So it's fabulous flavor if you ever had any. I can't even say that they're like a blueberry. A blueberry is so much more mild,
right?
And they're larger, but huckleberries are fabulous. You've got to try them.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Okay, talk a little bit about the past of the festival. How long has it been going on, and when does it happen?
But you know, it's August 2nd, the second weekend in August, the 12th and 13th this year, and it'll be a Saturday and Sunday. We have start out with a fun run and a parade. So all of that again is free. There's helicopter rides, and so you go into the park, you're going to see all these vendors. And the other unique thing about our festival is that all of the food vendors are nonprofits. So it all goes back to the community in one way, shape, or form. And the entertainment is free. We are hoping to secure LG Oliver, and he does country western. So you're going to hear music in the background all the time. We have a swing street band that plays. Again, that's all free. Pie eating contest.
Oh, nice.
Yes, where you can get really messy with that one. So it's really a lot of fun. You can you learn fly fishing. There's a fly fishing demonstration. There's archery. There's horseshoes. You can participate in that as well. And yeah, there's all things community. There's a art pavilion for kids. So they can go and paint rocks. They can do paint little ceramic gnomes and have a craft and a free souvenir, if you will, of the Huckleberry Festival.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Talk about the importance of this to your community.
You know, it gets us all together for one thing, and it is a fundraiser for keeping the park and maintaining it, because we have Shakespeare in the park, doing all the community improvements that we need to keep the community coming together. So I think it's real vital for our community.
What-
We don't even have a stoplight in our town. It's kind of that pass through on Highway 200. We're geographically wedged between Yellowstone and Glacier when it comes to north-south geographic, and of course on western Montana.
Right.
So we have like 3 bars and 3 restaurants, and so that's the extent of the town. So getting us together is a major thing, especially when we had COVID.
For sure.
We missed 1 year. It's the 43rd.
Okay.
43rd festival.
What's your greatest memory, Marilyn?
Wow. I think having my grandkids helping at the Huckleberry Festival, they even did, they were 5 and 6, if you can imagine the little girls back in the booth. And we were making Huckleberry shakes on Sundays, and they made up this little song where when somebody ordered a Huckleberry shake, they said, "What's that I hear? Huckleberry shake, shake it up, shake it up." So, and people would come back just to see the little girls do their little routine.
But you carry that on now. Every time a shake is made, y'all have to sing that song, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very good. Okay, Marilyn, this is a segment of the show. You get to ask me any question you want. What would you ask me?
Wow. Where can we hear more about you? And what do you do in your off time?
So I tour full time. My music is all over Spotify, the traditional iTunes, YouTube, that kind of thing. This podcast has taken a significant amount of my free time, but it's so vitally important. We started during COVID because so many different venues, some were failing, some were succeeding. We wanted to share that information with other places as we traveled. So we just kind of continued that. And then, of course, festivals. Who doesn't love a good festival? The health benefits of communities getting together and people getting together is tremendously vital to their physical health, their mental health, their spiritual health. And we just wanted to see that continue. People are now traveling wherever they want. And there's lots of new opportunities. People want to take longer vacations. And so we want to give them that opportunity to experience some new things like a Huckleberry Festival as it goes through there. So, yep, that's where it all came from. 2 questions for you, Marilyn. I always ask this question. What is the best concert you've ever seen your entire life?
Oh, you're not going to really like this because of my age, but it stands so vivid in my memory. I mean, I have seen some other live performers and such, but it sticks in my memory because it was in Southern Indiana, and I went to see Jimmy Dean in a park, and we were sitting on logs, a small group, and he was playing his guitar. And, a lot of the new generation, they're not going to know Jimmy Dean other than his sausage. So, but it just stuck in my memory. It was so personal.
Yeah, I guarantee you that there were people now who would love to have had that experience. Okay, dead or alive, you could bring one musical act to the Huckleberry Festival. Who you bringing?
Oh boy, well, you.
All right, there you go. That's a tremendous pick. I appreciate it. How do people find out more about the Huckleberry Festival, Marilyn?
We have huckleberryfestival.com website. We're also on Facebook.
Okay.
So all the details are there because we are fine-tuning some of those things and getting our entertainment lined up and pinned down. Also, you can get a preview of some of the things. As a matter of fact, here's one of my things that I bought last year, a craft.
Oh, nice.
You can see some previews of those types of things. And we have a lot of artisans that are there. You can even get one of these little funny guys as well.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. So a lot of crafts and a lot of souvenirs that you can get that are affordable for families.
Yeah, very good. All right, Marilyn with the Huckleberry Festival. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it.
The opportunity.
You bet.
Well, baby,